Stanford, Baba Stanford, a long time ago. Came close a long time ago. He allowed me to train his grandkids. Did a little training with him too. And my only regret is that it took me so long to get here. I didn't know how to get to this point. I always wanted to approach it from this point. I studied African martial arts, and so I think of things holistically. Like I always tell this brother right here, you know, that's my whole approach. You can't do it segmented. And I told him a long time ago that I wanted to get in this program because I heard so much about him. Everybody in the city knowing, whenever I brought up the topic, his name popped up. And then when we actually connected, it was spiritual to me. I actually got to meet this brother, and actually he allowed me to train his kids. So I'm just happy to be here. I'm just sorry it took so long to get here. That's it.
Anyone else? Yes, brother.
First of all, I want to thank you and the community as a whole for the organization just being here and an opportunity to educate the youth. This and my mom and dad is sitting right there. Right. It's been a 26-year journey for me. From the first time I picked up the book and was absolutely blown away about Africa. So during that journey, for me to be here right now, this is a blessing. And as a community, I want to thank you all for entrusting your youth with us, because this is a mighty work that we have to do, and it takes a community to get it done. So thank you.
I'd like to say thank you to Baba Kurt and Mama Dula.
That's right.
Brother Ben, Sister Kosua, Brother Chuma, the ACT organization. This is an honor for me. I was one of those parents many years ago when I first met Baba Kurt. I was one of those parents who said, I need my son to be in the Lights of Passage program, but there weren't enough teachers. And my son is 23 years old now, and now is my time to put the work in to help my community on a deeper level for our youth. So I'm honored and thankful for all of you all to be here supporting us so we can support our youth. Give thanks.
I personally have to thank you, Baba Kurt. Like you said, we go way back. And our mothers were partners. Our mothers were teachers. And I've met Kurt many days when I come from hanging out. They'd be sitting there drinking tea, taking care of business. But I knew Baba Kurt carried a champion, a very good program. I had the pleasure of going over, meeting some youth and doing some things with them. And that's very positive and powerful, brother, because your name has a special clout you know, right. in this community. And I appreciate you taking the time to reinforce and instill the little things that are taken for granted. But I always had a high respect for him, because me and him played football together, and it was pretty serious back in the day. He was one of my guards, and he didn't let nobody bother me.
He was the quarterback.
And the reason why I was the fastest thing out there. You can't catch me, leave me alone. But you know, kudos to you, and thanks for your patience and the brilliance that you have in your lovely home.
I know that's right.
Much love.
Anything else?
I just want to give thanks to all my fellow brothers and sisters, especially the elders, especially Baba Kurt and his wife, for opening up your home for us to be able to come together and fellowship. I'm grateful for the fact that I'm able to be in the presence of like-minded individuals, excuse me, individuals who have a true interest in children, and especially African children, because I have children from ages 9 to 15, and they need support in all areas. And this current system that we have is not positive, and it's not enriching and supportive of ours. So, with
Has all of the initiates said anything they want to say? What about our community? Is there any remarks from the community? Any one of you who have anything you'd like to say? Please come forward now. Like they said, the wedding, speak now, forever, not gonna hold your peace. Don't never hold your peace. Right.
Well, a lot of people in the room, I've seen them and they haven't personally know them. But Bobby Fred, Bobby Kurt, they go back. I can say they have done some serious work with youth in the community. They planted seeds here in this society that we're living in. For them to do that under the foot of white supremacy, and then be effective. I'm saying normally it would be a lot more people in this room on normal circumstances, but we're not living in normal circumstances. It's true. That seed is here. We have people, I would say, like not so young, but we have a brother here, what you say, 26? No, I'm sorry.
I first started studying at 26 years old.
I think Brother Ishmael is our youngest.
Yeah, okay. Brother Ishmael, you being your age, you can pretty much identify with a lot of stuff that's going on. You can go in and speak vernacular, the language of blessings to you and who you inspire out there. You know what I'm saying? The seeds that you're able to plant, I hope they just flourish. And that goes for everybody else who's graduated from the program and those who have graduated. I'm glad to be here because this is my first one I've been to. Maybe a little later on I might get the phones and try to get them from my own self.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Got training coming up.
My name is Pat Brown, and Gary Brown is my son. I've never heard of the White Baptist until he came to the house with him. And I thought to myself, well, what is it about? I'm pretty old. I've been in every African-American movement, from Martin Luther King on back, because we were black, like-minded, like they were saying. This rites of passage, I came today because, first of all, to support my son, but to learn more about it. And I like what I'm hearing, and I can't wait. When you're active in the church is different from this. It's so much phonyism as far as don't say black and don't say white, don't use a bad word, don't say whatever, but I think I'm going to enjoy this, and maybe one day I'll be thinking about becoming a master.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Anyone else in the community?
Yeah, I want to say
Yes.
something. Hi, my name is Lori, and I'm Nate Griffin's wife, and this is my youngest son here, Nate. And I'm just happy to be here, but I want to ask a question to all of the instructors, everybody that just graduated. At the end of the day, after each and every one of you have encountered the students that are out in the community, when you're reaching out and you're hearing the struggles and the trials and tribulations and the things that you all have learned in the programs and what you have inside of you and what you desire to see change and manifest in your community, what's the one thing that each and every one of you want that student to walk away with when they turn their back and they say goodbye for that day? If they never came back again, what is the one thing that you would like to empower them with? If I can start with you, and you can answer that question.
I would like to empower the youth with a strong sense of self.
I would say respect, for themselves and the community.
I would say leaving them with knowledge of self and respect for their elders as well as ancestors.
I agree. A knowledge of self, and as well as wanting to be invested in our community as they grow into their adulthood.
Determination, so they don't have a spirit of wanting to give up, that whatever they can do, they keep going. Just keep going.
I guess coming from the church, I guess a term that I would use would be a sense of discipleship. And that's more or less it means that you're a committed learner, but as well, once you learn certain things, you're gonna teach the things that you learn to someone else, so the knowledge will pass on.
To know thyself and pursue thy dream, yet your dreams.
And I think they all summed it up, and the only thing I would add is a sense of fearlessness. To know that you don't have to fear anything. There's no one between you and your Creator, and no one can change that. So I would combine everything they said and just add that one other aspect.
You know, before I ask for another person from the community to speak, y'all heard a number of the initiatives of the graduates say knowledge of self. That is so important. And the school systems that they go to now, they understand that very clearly. Right. Because the one thing you're going to learn about if you come into this European-controlled educational system is about Europeans who they consider to be heroes. You know, and those kids they can tell you all the heroes, George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Thomas Jefferson, they can just tell you all of that stuff. And then you ask them about some Africans, and they start looking at you like you crazy. And I'm saying that the first thing education needs to do is make sure you know who you are, where you come from, what your responsibilities to those people are. So a thing of self is really important. Also, we want to make sure that they have a whole move inside of themselves of critical thinking. Let me think about this before I step into this. You know, is this going to be good for me and my people? Is it going to hurt me and my people more than it helps? Because if it's going to hurt, I ain't doing it. You know, but that's some of those things we need to make sure that those children leave us with. But knowledge of self is crucial. All right, anything else from the community?
I'm Chumulumo. I'm honored to be here. I was with the last graduating class.
Yes.
I'm very pleased to see some brothers and sisters that I know and that I'm already working with on other projects. This term, Mwalimu, is something that we need to take very seriously. It's though the title today, but as it says in the program, now the work begins. There's a quote that says, the best teachers show you where to look, but they don't tell you what to see. So what we're faced with now is instilling in our youth and young adults critical thinking. We face problems that are unique to the rest of the world. So we have to teach our youth and our young adults problem-solving skills that will be effective in solving our problems and moving us forward out of this state of depression. We suffer from being misguided and miseducated more than anything else. So I just want to leave you with this. Please, just take it seriously. It's a work in progress. It's a lifestyle. Don't just get your certificate and get to walk around and call yourself Mwalimu. It's a lifestyle. It's actually an action word. It's a verb. So, welcome to the phone.
Anyone else?
My name is Peggy Brown, and Sheree so far as my daughter. And I just want to say thank you to all of you for giving of yourselves. You have a big job ahead of you. And even though this room is not like filled to standing room only capacity, know that you're appreciated because it's going to be like a goat. When you drop a pedal into a pool of water, it just keeps rippling and it gets bigger and bigger. And we're the pebble. And because we're going to be all telling someone about what we saw, what we witnessed today. And I just wanted to my daughter to say that I love you, and she was born, I think, a teacher. This is my grandson that she referred to as 23 now, and when she told me that she was going to homeschool my 2 grandchildren, I looked at her like, you're going to do what? But she did it, and she homeschooled them from preschool to graduation from high school. So, and I'm sure that the rest of you probably have similar stories, and so just know that we love you and appreciate you, and we're here to support you in this great job that you have set yourselves to do.
Any other comments?
Well, I just want to build off what you were saying, know myself and some of the other graduate, you know, that is very, I'm sorry, that is very important. I didn't introduce myself. My name is Ruben. Everybody calls me Bob Ruben. We realize, you know, they're taking the Egyptian mummies out of the tombs, laying them out, desecrating. We don't care because, I mean, the vast majority of us, we're desensitized toward that because of this education system. This education educating us to get, you know, and letting us know who we are, and those are our ancestors. You know, yes, we know about the murderers, George Washington and all the criminals in their head, you know, but we are taught nothing about ourselves. You know, this one, you know, this is like very, very important. I mean, we're looking at some real upcoming atrocities. I mean, there's serious atrocities happening. Again, we are being challenged. You know, I mean, these folks are really telling us to come on. So we need this and every vital resource we have, you know, to deal with this situation. Protect us, our women, and our children. You know, so you know, that's what I have to say.
Yes.
Named Brother Cadence, graduated 6 years ago, maybe. But I want to welcome all of y'all into ACT. Now, whether or not you come into ACT, that's on y'all. But what I do want to say though is that we do this training because we understand everybody's not necessarily going to join the organization, but we got everybody, you know, either has kids personally or they around kids. And so we want to equip everybody in the community with the skills if they're willing to, you know, go through the process to get it so that we can be, you know, serve as an impact to the youth. That's the one thing that's really got us earmarked towards collective failure in this community is that we're not investing the necessary information into our youth because they're going to be the leaders of tomorrow. If not, they're going to continue to be like the cannon fodder, you know, basically what makes this prison industrial complex continue to make these corporations rich. You know, if we do not turn this around, starting at taking the people that have lived a little bit of life, you know what I'm saying? You know, Brother Ishmael, how old are you? 26. Who's the older? You ain't got to give your age. I'm saying, who's the eldest? Brother Fareed. You want to give your age?
66.
66. Think about that. Come on now. That ain't no coincidence, too. 26, 66, right? Now, look, I'm saying that at the end of the day, it's this age range coming together and serving an impact to the youth so that when they're 26, or hopefully it don't take till they get to 66, even though I know Baba Free been teaching. You know what I'm saying? But they'll be sitting here going through the process, making the choice that they'll walk the path to serve an impact to the youth up under them. This is what community is about. This is rites of passage, where it never stops. We continue to keep this moving. So I thank y'all for being consistent and coming to these trainings, the sessions, and I thank the community for allowing them the space to do this. And again, I want to welcome all of y'all into the process, even the youth. We do rites of passage. So when we got to have something for the teachers to do now. You know what I'm saying? The other end of this is that we'd had programs, and even though we had plenty of youth, we know the youth out here acting wild. People aren't like, oh man, look at these youth, they going crazy. Well, we need y'all to bring the youth to these programs to support the organization and to support these teachers wherever they teach. So thank you all.
This is the final remark, actually, that here's a sign-up sheet. So anybody in the room is interested in going through our next Mwalimu teacher training. It's 6 weeks, 6 Saturdays that you dedicate
to this process, and I know that y'all know the youth are worth it. So sign up sheets right here to be right here on the table. And then I want to say to my brothers and sisters up there, my babas and mamas up there, that I can't wait to work with y'all. And I'm hoping that we get started like now. Like tomorrow. Right? All right, that's all I have to say.
I did want to point out some of the people who have been struggling with this process for all of these years, for a number of years anyway. And we do have a few folks who have came through our training and who have really been instrumental in making sure that the work we got done. And I just wanted to just recognize, I heard from Brother Cadence, Sister Kosawa. Now, again, we are a gender-specific teaching organization, so the men teach the boys, and the women teach the girls. But, you know, I've seen Brother Cadence and Sister Kosawa rise to the point where they
Sister
took...
Joy?
I'm coming to her. But I've seen them rise to the point where they took those youth and they actually made sure that the youth not only understood how they were supposed to conduct themselves, but also understood what is the relationship between me as a young person and you as an adult. You know, we got to make sure that we have that. That respect for eldership is really dwindling inside of our community. Sister Joy, I've been trying to get in touch with Joy the last day of Kwanzaa. When I saw her, I was like, man, I got to get her involved in this program here today. And for some kind of way, you got here anyhow. You know? Thank you so much, sister. But that sister there, she is a singer, an actress, and you know, all of that kind of stuff. And she brings so much to our youth. And she's also had some situations in her life, like all of us, have some situations in her life where things didn't go right. That's what we gotta have. We gotta show you, look, if something happened to you and you know it's not cool, now you got something you can fall back on. You gotta make sure that you keep struggling to move forward and not ever backward, always ever forward. And so she brings that to the table, and she go to work with those youth also. And Brother Chuma, who y'all heard from earlier, Brother Chuma went through our training program, but he was already working with youth when he came in. His group is called the what is it?
Exclusive Service.
Conscious Mind.
Conscious Mind Study Group. The Conscious Mind Study Group, and they do have a youth component with it, and that's why he wanted to come through our group, so our training, so that he could have something he could add to the youth in the program. But we formed a coalition, and all of us work together, and Brother Chuma is really one of the ones who gives a lot of input into a lot of the stuff that we do. So I want to thank him for coming also. Also part of that coalition that I talked about is called the Cincinnati Pan-African Coalition. We got Bobby C.K. Moore over here. I saw him easing in the room, but that's my boy right there. I mean, I love that brother just like I love me. You know? And I just wanted to make sure that I pointed out that he was in the room. But again, I want to thank all of y'all for coming and being here. Y'all just, well, maybe you do because you're here. But y'all just can't believe how important it is for us who are getting ready to do this work and who have been engaged in doing this work, to see people in the community say, Ashe. Boy, that's all we need. And then we're going to keep on going because, you know, the struggle continues. I always tell the teachers, I'm saying, look, if you have a situation that might be considered a failure, you got a boy who you tried to give him whatever you could give him, and he went to penitentiary. If you have a situation you think is a failure, you can't get too low. If you have a situation that you can consider to be a success, somebody finished college or they got married or they did some work in the community, you can't get too high.
Yeah.
Because tomorrow we got to teach some more youth. It's a luda continua. The struggle continues. It goes on and on and on. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to make sure that not just our Mwalimus, but our students understand that this is going on. In order for us to actually unite African people all over the world, take back our homeland, it might take generations to bring that about. But we want to keep moving to get those generations. I tell the teachers, we may not, when we come to organize and bring people into the fold, we may not go wide. Because you might not get everybody you would like to get, but we go deep. Every one person we get, everybody that one person is responsible for, give it to the people that you're responsible for. So we might not be going wide, but we're still going deep. And that gives us the impetus to continue to do the work that we're doing. Keep on doing the work that we're doing. And when we see children come into our programs and leave with more understanding than when they came in, that gives us impetus. Yeah. But when we see our community standing there saying, that's a righteous program right there. And when y'all bring y'all's children to us and say, look, do what you can with them. That's what we love to have happen. And that's what keeps us, sometimes we just like y'all. Sometimes we don't feel good. Sometimes white folks get on our nerves. Sometimes white folks take all our money. Sometimes, there's fighting going on in the community. We sick all of that stuff, but we still got to get them to go to work with these youth if we want to make sure we're going to have a better tomorrow for ourselves. So, we just like y'all, but at the same time, we got that thing inside of us that says, I can't stop doing this work because this work is mine. And we're not telling these youth that we're going to do this for you so that you can get you a good job or you can make it well. We're doing this for you because whatever you do to benefit our nation, I'm benefiting from it too. We all in this thing together.
That's right.
So I'm not just doing this for you as a youth. I'm doing this for the entire African nation, which includes me as well.
That's right.
So I don't care how tired I get, how sick I get, how I'm just fed up with all of the stuff that's going on. I got to get up and go to work. And so that's what we love it when our community comes in and acknowledges the kind of things that we're doing. It really helps. Y'all, I'm telling you, it really helps.
Yes, sir.
If nothing else, just come in the end of the day and your wife say, you all right, baby, what you need me to do? Whew. You know you made it to the place that you can just relax. You can walk in the door and close the door and say, whew. Because outside the door, you ain't dealt with nothing but issues all day long. But those kinds of things make us stronger. And as we do our work with these youth, we become stronger. And as we see the youth become stronger, we understand that the nation becomes stronger. So I want to thank y'all again for being here for our program today. I want to close because we do have some food over here for you to eat, and we want you to just kind of fellowship a little bit and get to know who it is, who all of us are. But y'all know, as African people, we always give thanks and praises to the Creator for making the bounty for us, and we want to do the same thing. I just want to do two pieces of the seafood that really make sense to me, and